Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Hawkman, issue number 19. This was a badass issue, and I really did want to get that variant cover also. It's gorgeous, baby, it's gorgeous, but y'all know a lot of comics came out this month, right? Like, and the month is only halfway done. Oh my god, they're just throwing comic books at us. And the rest of us, we're just out here talking about Pop Fly. I got them all. Look, I'm going to tell you about who made this comic book, then I'm going to get into this comic book. This is the one where everybody's going to be like, Professor, we have come to you for your great endless knowledge of Hawkman to know what is this thing in the back of the book. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Anyway, let's get into this. This is the Tyrant Reborn, better half. Robert Venditti did the writing. Pat Oliff on pencils and Tom Palmer doing the inks. Those two also did the main cover. Jeremiah Shipper did the colors. Starkings and Comic Craft did the letters, and Dan Panosian did the variant cover. Hawkman was created by Mother Effin' Gardner Fox. Yeah, baby. So, we get Shayara Hall in this, man. She comes in and like Hawk Woman, not Hawk Girl. Don't get those two mixed up. Don't you dare do that. Go and check out 10 things about Hawk Woman, Hawk Girl, whatever. I think it's just Hawk Woman that I put, but it explains the backstory, the history of the Hawk Woman character. Anyhow, this, man, she comes in and she tries to be cool. She tries to be like, oh, Carter, what's up? What's going on? She gets hit. You hit this fiery redhead one. This ain't like Mira, where she's gonna like go in and start like speechifying on you and whatnot. No. This is an entirely different redhead. You hit her once, she is going to whoop your sorry ass, beat you left, right, front, and center, toss you off a building, fly down, catch you before you land, and assist you head first into that crash landing. Dude, and that's only the warm-up. Like, she's going to whoop somebody's booty. That's what she does. That's what she does here. Oh, man, I love this. Look, if Hawkman's got to be infected, I am more than happy to see some Hawkwoman take over. Y'all remember back in, what was it, Volume 4, I think it was, of Hawkman? I forget which volume it was. There were so many volumes of Hawkman. But the one where Jeff Johns took over, I think he quit after, like, issue 16 or something like that, or whatever. I think maybe 16 was the vampire one. Anyway, that was like a badass one. Anyway, eventually, that book wound up turning over. Walter Simonson came on. How you doing, brother? And it wound up becoming the Hawk Girl comic book. That was Kendra Saunders. Very different than Hawk Woman. But it's happened before. You know what we haven't had yet? A Hawk Woman comic book. I'm just saying, if DC is going to be screwing around like, oh yeah, let's do a Batarang version of what... As it stands, Venditti was like, I'm not doing that Batarang thing. You want him infected? Cool, but I'm not doing that Batarang thing. We do it on my grounds. And I'm happy at that too, because let's face it, Bendis doesn't play by the rules. Why the hell does anybody else have to? So, boom, I love it. I like this a lot. The way that this was done is also going to lead to some serious repercussions. Why? Well, this is where my knowledge comes in. You know that thing at the end of the book? I'm not going to tell you what the thing is, but I will tell you about the thing, all right? The first time that this thing ever appeared was actually right here. Venditti totally made this thing up. I don't even have to ask the dude. He straight up made this thing up. This is not in any other comic books before. I'm telling you that right now, okay? Didn't happen. But I'm not upset. I'm not, in fact, like this is, let's be realistic. We look at comic book writers and artists, and what do we want to always call them? Comic book creators. Not really much of a creator if you're not creating anything, right? So cool, we got this new thing, and this is going to lead to a whole bunch of brand new stories, and rock on. I am down for that. One thing that I guess it took me a while to notice it, and I don't know why that is. Oh, first off, let me say something bad about the book. Carter Hall's a straight up pussy in this, man. Carter Hall's the guy that I see you on the street and you start coming up to me, you start acting the way that he's acting here. Oh, man, we got to do such and such. We got to do this. Oh, my God, dude. And like he's bending his back and he's like looking up at somebody. Oh, my God, but he's like totally giving away all of his power. But like, get away from me, man. What the hell's the matter with you, man? Buck up. What the hell? Dude, come on. Like, there's that time where you got to, like, dude, I think all those lives that you lived, weren't you in the military in at least one of them? Come on now. Come on now. Anyway, he's a straight up pussy in this. It's not too completely different than his first appearance. way, way, way back in the Wayback Machine. So I can forgive it, but make no mistake, I would still smack him across the side of the head. But like, dude, come on, man. Stop acting like that. Gee, like, man up. You're freaking Hawkman, dude. You're not just Carter Hall. Anyhow, so back to the things I love about this book. There are very few comic books on the Marvel and DC side both, and I hate the idea that DC Comics just isn't living up to DC Comics as of late. I know everybody's like, but Professor, your favorite character is Captain America. Yeah, and my next three favorite, starting with this guy here, well, not him, but, you know, the real version of him, my next three favorite are DC characters, so there's that. Green Lantern and Aquaman, in case you guys are curious. Anyway, so like, I guess I've gotten used to the idea that Marvel's just putting out better books right now than DC is. Oh well, it happens. That flips. All right. Here's the cool part about this. With the Hawkman comic book, I feel like I'm getting more out of each issue. There are some times when I feel like it ended too soon. There are some times I feel like, oh, this went on fairly, like this one, it went on fairly long. A part that it, you know, technically should have ended, it didn't. Instead, it went on so we can have an actual ending, a cliffhanger ending, instead of just that cool, she just whooped your ass ending. I'm down with that. The thing I love about this is, no matter what, you're getting a full comic's worth of a read in here. There are too many comic books out there. Okay, and The Flash is one of them that you know, when I finish reading that comic book right now with Joshua Williamson on that book, I feel like, you know, this was a good issue. Man, I got a good story out of this, you know? And that's always consistently good. I say that. With Hawkman, probably, maybe, more than any other comic out there, by the time I get to the end of this comic book, I feel like I've accomplished something. Granted, all I did was read a damn book. But the point is, I feel like I actually got a story. It's like you're going to watch a TV show, and you get to the end of the TV show, it's like, oh, that was a good episode. Nice, all right, cool. But like if you're watching the episode, and instead of it being a half hour long, it's only 10 minutes, you're going to feel cheated, you're going to feel scammed, you're going to feel a little bit, you know, pissed off because you're terribly unfulfilled. I've never once felt unfulfilled reading this volume, whatever damn volume this is, of Hawkman. That's a good thing. I don't think I should have to say that. Anyway, guys, so if you're not reading this, if you're just checking out the reviews and waiting for one of those reviews where it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll check out the comic book because of that, that should really do it for you. Go back and get these volumes, man. Go back and get this volume. And this is 19, so the first 3 volumes should be out by now, or at least the 3rd volume should be out pretty soon. Easy reading, dude, and it's a great read. It's going to keep you going. Anyway, guys, I don't know how much more I can sell this comic book to you. The rest is on you. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.